Good evening and welcome to this Wednesday, October 14th, 1992 EastCast. I'm Mira Silbert with co-anchor David Jockman and sports anchor Matt Leshner to bring you the news of the week on this post-Columbus Day show. Monday was the 500th anniversary of Columbus's discovery of America. Celebrations were held all over the country, such as parades in big cities, including Philadelphia and New York. Most schools and other workplaces took the day off for this national holiday. The Spanish Club has set up a special showcase display in honor of his voyage. Also, the Spanish department has set up 2 trips to Washington, D.C. for the purpose of learning about the seeds of change carried by Columbus to and from the New World. The Spanish Club has set up a showcase in Sea Wing, which will be there through October. They are also hoping to organize a banquet of international foods in honor of the anniversary of Columbus.
Last Thursday evening, October 8th, Back to School Night was held. Following an introductory program in the auditorium, parents attended 10-minute sessions of their children's classes. 5-minute intervals were allotted between classes, which was especially important for the hordes of parents who were lost in the hallways. Various East singing groups performed, and many students sat in the hallway, selling items to parents such as Passport, East's foreign literary magazine, Demogorgon, our regular literary magazine, and coupon books to fund the class of '95 and East clothing. Well, congratulations to the newly elected class of 1996 freshman officers. The winners are, for President, Jackie Lichtman, Vice President, Liz Elsis, Secretary-Treasurer, Cheryl Weinberg, and for Publicity Manager, Bryna Kravitz. We'll bring you an interview with the officers on next week's EastCast.
Last Friday, the final judging of the Young Woman of the Year competition was held. To enter this competition, the first step was to submit an application. Grades and SAT scores determined the first cut. After this cut, 9 people were left to have an interview, which resulted in a final cut to 6 people, who were Courtney Ames, Kathy Bickle, Jennifer Beichel, Debbie Cruz, Trisha Relosa, and Lisa Schusterman. All 6 girls then qualified for the final judging on Friday. Each contestant was judged in a 90-second talent and fitness competition for their poise and composure. Lisa Schusterman, the runner-up in this competition, played a Mozart piece on the piano. Trisha Relosa, the winner in the Young Woman of the Year competition, did a modern ballet piece entitled In Love by Carly Simon, which she choreographed herself. All of the contestants did an excellent job in the competition, and Trisha says that she was in a happy shock when she found out she won. And the SAT word of the week is apocalypse, which is a noun meaning a prophetic disclosure, a revelation.
Well, here's an apocalypse for you. On November 16th, the French classes at East will be going on a very special trip. At 5 o'clock, they will board the bus for Princeton in order to see unquestionably the world's most famous mime, Marcel Marceau. According to Mrs. Varon, who teaches French here at East, this could be Marceau's last tour in the U.S. The actual show begins at 8 o'clock, so students will have a couple of hours to walk around the campus. Mr. Marceau was the recipient of a degree from Princeton, which is the most likely explanation of why he is performing there. If you take French and you would like to go, tickets, which include bus transportation and admission, cost $30. Congratulations to Mr. Thomas Sipp and the entire Eastside staff. They have won the International Quill and Scroll Society News Media Evaluation, which means that they place in the top 5% of all English-speaking school newspapers in the world. According to the National American School Press Association, they are also one of the top 8 newspapers in the country. And one other award, the Temple University Press Tourney. They won for the 2nd year in a row the Rolling Trophy, becoming the first school to ever win 2 years in a row. Sipp says, though, that all the credit goes to the hard-working, determined staff of Eastside. They do all the work, he says. By the way, this is only Sipp's 6th year as advisor for Eastside. When he began, there were about 20 people on the staff, and only a few of them wanted to work. Now, the Eastside staff has well over 100 students. Obviously, Sipp's doing something well. Now here's Matt Leshner with this week's sports update.
Thank you, David. The matchup was set between 2 champions in South Jersey. It was number 1 in the Inquirer, Washington Township, against number 4, Cherry Hill East. This game could possibly mean the Olympic Conference and which team got to participate in the Group 4 playoffs. Let's send you down Route 42 South to Washington Township, New Jersey, where East was completely overpowered by the Minuteman's Jim Colongo as he ran for 158 yards, and Township's Mike Corner ran for 128 yards. But East came out to an early start when James Francis Coney ran 20 yards to put East on the board 7-0 after Mickemeyer kicked. But Township came back quick with Coney with a 3-yard run. Huckle kicked it for the extra point, and now we're tied at 7. We'll move now into the second quarter of play. Township again overriding East defense completely as Corner runs for 5 yards. Huckle kicks. Washington Township now takes the lead. But East comes back again. Who else? Who's this masked man Washington Township defense has? It's James Francis Coney again. 24-yard pass from Steinberg. Mickemeyer kicks the ball, and East puts some more points up on the board. But Washington Township again, this time they're going to completely run all over East defense, and run is the right word. As Mike Corner, 66 yards. Unbelievable. Watch this play right here. The snap to Huckle was not good, but Huckle gets the ball back. He finds Kalango in the end zone. Township shows that everything is going their way so far in this game. And to go again, Huckle scores one more time on a 1-yard run, but the kick failed, but it was too late now. And once again, Cherry Hill East sets it up. James Francis Coney, the stud of the game, 3-yard pass from Steinberg. Mickemeyer kicks. East is on a way to come back. East closed within 28-21 on Francis Coney's 3-yard pass just off from Steinberg, and 4th and goal with 1:47 left in the third quarter. From there, Township dominated on the ground to put the game away by Kalango taking a 68-yard run, completely burning the East defense. Corner runs later in the game for 14 yards to score 2 more TDs, and the final score, Washington Township 42, Cherry Hill East 21. Since we weren't with you last week, let's take you back and show a historic moment in South Jersey football action. Let's take you to Edgewood against Cherry Hill East. James Francis Coney from scrimmage, 99 yards. Can he go all the way? Yes, he will. Touchdown, Cherry Hill East. This is a mark that will last in South Jersey history for years to come. Last week, the girls' tennis team lost their first game of the season. They lost to state champion Morristown. A reminder that swim team, both boys and girls candidates, there's a meeting on Thursday, that's tomorrow, 7:15 a.m. in GO 31. Coming up next here on Cable 18 is the East-West girls soccer match. I won't tell you that East came back to win 2-1 in the end. You'll just have to watch to see that. I'm Matt Leshner with Sports.
Thank you, Matt. That's it for the news tonight. Special thanks to Mr. Gordon Hampson, our cameraman and editor, to Mr. Keith Haynes, our advisor, and to Tim Brady and Tracy A. Denton, our student camera people. Thank you for joining Mira Silbert and me, David Drockman, this evening. Stay tuned for the East-West Girls Soccer with commentator Matt Leshner, which follows the junior high school news. Tonight we leave you with Ophelia, who salutes the flag in honor of the 500th anniversary of Columbus's discoveries. Good night, Ophelia.
What's Ophelia?
Good evening, and welcome to the West Report. I'm Lindsay Melson.
And I'm Adrienne Gum. Last Thursday, 9 seniors took part in West's annual Young Woman of the Year pageant. The pageant involved an interview and a talent portion. The contestants were asked, "What makes you most proud to be in the class of 1993?" In the talent portion, Samara Aberman played the xylophone, Christy Church and Amy Zaltzman danced, Amy Schneider performed a monologue, Kim McBride recited poetry. Vocalists were Deborah Lassiter, Karen Lane, and Tara Rogers also danced. The winner, Leslie McNair, sang Coming Out of the Dark by Gloria Estefan. Earlier today, I had a chance to speak with the winner. Congratulations, Leslie.
Thank you.
What was your reaction to winning the pageant?
Well, at first when they announced my name, I was really extremely shocked because I didn't expect it because this competition was so stiff and all the girls were so incredibly talented that there was just no way of knowing who was going to get it.
Okay, how much planning and practicing and effort did you put into the pageant?
Well, in June, everybody who was going to do the pageant in October filled out a resume. And then from there, we just went on to talk about what talents we were going to do. There was an interview a week before the pageant. And then after that, on the night of the pageant, we all did a talent and then answered a question, what makes you most proud to be a member of the class of 1993?
Okay, well, what are you going to do? What are your obligations that you have to fulfill now that you're the Young Woman of the Year?
Well, the day after Thanksgiving, the regional pageant, that's when it is. And I compete with other girls from all over New Jersey, and that's the next thing that I have to do as far as Young Woman of the Year.
Okay, well, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Now back to the West Report.
During the summer, Mrs. Rochford asked her History 1AP classes to do a creative project concerning the 500th year anniversary of Columbus's discovery of America. Some of the original projects completed by the students are on display now and can be seen by all in the library as well as various showcases around the school.
This year's 3-act play is A Midsummer Night's Dream and is scheduled for December 3rd and 4th. The play is a Shakespearean comedy filled with magic and confusion. Parts for the play have been cast and are posted on the ticket booth. Miss Kelly is directing the play this year.
The cast and crew of Cinderella, the upcoming children's show, are working hard under the direction of Miss McMenamin. The show dates are October 30th and 31st. Now here's reporter Jen Garrido with Cinderella's director.
Miss McMenamin, how long have you been directing?
I've been directing the children's show for the last 3 years, and prior to that I directed the 3-act play from 1979 through 1986.
Are there any special techniques for staging a children's show?
Yes, in children's theater you like to totally involve the audience, and you'd like to play to the young children, and so you direct questions for the audience, for the children to answer, and you try to have the actors and actresses move through the audience, and perhaps a chase scene if the show lends itself to that.
So it's more difficult than a regular play, right?
Yes, it is, because you never know the response of a given audience, and it also depends on the age level of the children at a specific performance. Generally, the younger children come to the early performances, and the older children come to the afternoon or evening performances, so their understanding of what's happening in the play changes greatly.
All right, there's so many popular plays, children's fairy tales, stories. Why did you choose Cinderella?
Well, Cinderella has always been a personal favorite of mine, and I've been searching for years for a script that was playable. And if you consider the 2 plays that I've done previously, Pinocchio and Snow White, you can see that I'm on the attack that Disney brings in the crowds.
All right, who are the main characters and who plays them?
Well, obviously Cinderella and the Prince. Cinderella is played by a sophomore, Kate Nanny, and also a sophomore new to West Stage is playing the role of the Prince, and that is Nick Garnett. The fairy godmother is a senior, Sarah Capist, and the stepmother is a sophomore, Laura Anderson, and the 3 stepsisters, an unusual twist. One of the stepsisters is being played by a gentleman, and that is a junior, and his name is Josh Cohen. He's playing the role of Frump. Miriam Miller, a sophomore, will play the role of Matilda, and another sophomore, Ellie Katz, will play the role of Griselda. So you can see we are heavily into the arts in the sophomore class.
Okay, when will this be shown?
The play will be performed on Friday, October 30th at 4 o'clock, and again at 7 p.m., and Saturday, October 31st at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Well, thank you very much for taking your time out to do this interview, and I wish you the best of luck with the play.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm glad to help you.
Thank you. Please don't forget to watch Cinderella, the children's play, and it'll be shown on October 30th and 31st. Thank you.
On Monday, October 26th, there will be a masquerade ball hosted by the Spanish, French, Latin, Italian, and international culture clubs. The party will be held in the cafeteria after school. Food from each represented country will be served, and there will be games and dancing for everyone. In celebration of Halloween, there will also be a contest for the best costume.
The elections for freshman class government officers will be held soon due to the fact that a class advisor has been found. Be on the alert for any announcements concerning the elections from Mr. Roman, the new class advisor, if you're interested in running. The class of 1995 will be holding a car wash on October 24th. The prices will be $3 for seniors, $4 for cars, and $5 for vans. Also, if there are any sophomores who are not in government but would like to help out with the car wash, please contact the sophomore government in E41.
A reminder to all West parents that tonight is back to school night, which will begin at 7:30. If you hurry over, You will not miss this informative night where you can ask any questions that you might have of your child's teacher.
Cherry Hill West mourns the loss of former student David Back. On October 2nd, David died after swim practice at college. David was an outgoing young man and will be missed by staff, family, and friends. Here's Dave Mariko with this week's sports.
West's highly touted boys soccer team got back on track last week by clubbing Triton, Gloucester Catholic, Highland, and Cinnaminson. Brian Bianco, Joe Molinaro, and Tom Ben all had at least 2 goals during the week. Tom White played strong in goal for West again. West will shoot against Edgewood, Overbrook, and Willingboro this week. The varsity football team dropped to 1-2 with losses to Highland 6-0 and Edgewood 20-14. Joel Correa rushed well again for West, and Bruce Barker sparked the defense in the 2 contests. On Friday night, the Lions will tackle powerful Washington Township away. The Lady Lions field hockey team dropped 2-1-2 last week. West lost to Edgewood 1-0, and then Triton 2-1, but then rebounded by beating Gloucester Catholic and Overbrook. Julia Dunworth scored against Triton. The girls will play Camden Catholic, Highland, and Shawnee next. The girls' soccer team had a 1-3 week with a 1-0 victory over Overbrook, a 4-0 loss to Shawnee, a 1-0 loss to Haddonfield, and a 2-1 loss to East. Nicole Feliciano and Kara McCafferty were the scorers for West. Pennsauken and Edgewood this week for the Lady Lions. The girls' tennis team played in the Olympic Conference tourney with a strong showing. Seniors Sarah Goldstein, Kristen Lysak, and Shira Gold all advanced to the second round of the tourney in individual play. Also, the team lost to East and beat Highland in interdivision play last week. West will spike against Gloucester Catholic, Haddonfield, Camden, and Washington Township this week. The boys' gymnastics team dropped 2 meets recently to Haddon Township, 115.5-66, and then to Cherry Hill East and Shawnee last week. For West, Mike Gismondi, Ryan Spiegel, and Brian Lewis all placed in the top 3 in 1 or more of their events. The team is off this week. And finally, the girls' gymnastics team started their season by losing to Lenape, Cherokee, and Washington Township. The team will vault against Lenape again on Friday. West boys cross-country team competed in the Shore Conference Invitational Tourney, placing 27th in the Varsity A division. The girls' team also competed in the tourney, coming home with a 20th place in their division. Both teams will race in the Camden County meet this week. Well, that's all the sports for this week. Now